Hi everyone, today I am, this week I am 36 weeks. Sorry that this is a bit late coming up, but I've been really poorly this week. Luckily I managed to film some of the videos before I got unwell, and I've put them up during the time that I've been in bed. I actually had to cancel my midwife appointment as well this week just because I was so ill. It kept me up all night. I didn't have any sleep, and then it was the Thursday morning that I rang the midwife to say that I just couldn't make it. And she thinks that I just had a virus or a buggy thing, but I think it was more like acid reflux gone really bad. But it could have been a mixture of the both. I was really burpy. Every time I burped it was like, oh, it was disgusting, like rotten eggs. It was horrible. Really acidy up my throat and everything like that. So I really was not well. But luckily I'm on the mend. I just can't believe it's only 4 weeks left till my due date. That's crazy. Time's really flown these past few months. Like, unbelievable. I'm kind of ready for it now, but I'm kind of not. Sort of worried about the labour side of things. Probably because I've already had one before, so I know what's coming. Whereas if it was my first, I would be more excited. Whereas now I know what all the labour situation is. That it's starting to actually a bit frighten me now that it's so close. But as for like being ready, I feel ready. I've got everything ready, as in like the hospital bag, the clothes, and like her bedroom's not ready, but everything on the side of like her Moses basket that she'll be in for a while anyway, so we don't really need to worry so much about the bed situation and hair room, because yeah, she won't be in it for quite a while. This week the health visitor rang to say that she had to cancel, which was kind of lucky because it was one of the days that I was really poorly, so it wasn't me cancelling, so that was alright. She's booked in for next Friday, so if I can plan it I might be able to do the video just after she leaves, and then I'll catch you up on what happened there as well in my 37 weeks update. As for the symptoms this week, I am super out of breath. The baby is still right up in my ribs. She hasn't dropped. I'm really struggling to walk anywhere. If you've seen the video of the Exeter trip that we did, I was out of breath all day. It was horrendous. We had to keep stopping at every bench that I could see, or a little bit of wall. And everyone was kind of looking at me and staring at me as if I was going to go into labour any second. But I'm still 4 weeks to go. So even now I can't breathe properly. I sort of have to lean back and let my lungs fill up with air a bit more, because there's just no room left inside. I'm also not eating as much as I used to. I don't know if that's because I've been poorly and my stomach shrunk maybe, but I can't finish the normal amount I would. Like on our regular meals and stuff, I can tell that I'm like finished before I normally would be. But yeah, that must be just down to the lack of space that's inside me now. Like I'm peeing like crazy. That's like nearly every hour. I just have to keep running. And the annoying thing with that is, like, after I go, if I'm like stand up too quickly or the baby wiggles a bit, I'm like, oh, I need to go for a wee again. It's so annoying. Just before I got unwell, it must have been like 1 or 2 days just before I got really ill, I had really bad strong Braxton Hicks. I know they were Braxton Hicks because they did die off in the end, but I had a good hour, maybe hour and a half of them. They were irregular, so I knew they weren't like full on, but if they were going to go regular then I would have had to ring the midwife. It was to the point where I couldn't really talk over them. I had to concentrate on breathing. They were really strong, but they weren't painful like contractions. They were making me out of breath, and sort of if I was like really tense, like I could feel like my heart beating really fast and like my blood pressure going. But yeah, it was quite worrying, and I managed to calm myself down a bit. This week we actually found an episode of Peppa Pig. Now I don't know if you all have Peppa Pig in your countries, maybe, if anyone else is watching me, but Peppa Pig's this little pig that's on the TV. It's an animated series and my son absolutely loves it. It's really popular in the UK. And it was an episode of Mummy Rabbit having a baby, and it was really, really like good to watch for my son. He sort of understood it a bit more. And then she said, oh, listen to my tummy, you might be able to hear it. And my monkey came over and put his ear on my belly just to have a go as well. And he seemed to be really into it and wanted to know what was going on. And then he said, Mummy, I come see you in the hospital too when you have baby. I was like, yeah, that sounds really good. So he's kind of into it now. He kind of knows what's going on. He kind of knows that there's a baby in my tummy. And it's just getting really like close to the end, and he's really excited, and it's kind of all fallen into place, which is lovely. So I would highly recommend watching that episode if you are pregnant. If you have seen my last video, or it might be the video before, but I actually caught the baby's hiccups on camera. I was so pleased. Every time I've tried to do it, she just stops. It's like she knows that the camera's out and she's ready to stop. But it's like a... and she gets really frustrated, or it must tickle her or something, because she starts wriggling all over the place at the same time. So I know that's when like I'm going to get the strongest movements, is when she's got hiccups. So it was like just a little thing like this, but it was so nice to catch on camera, and now I'm going to have that forever to keep as a memory, which I'm so happy. My stretch marks have grown this week. It's the same one as last time, but it's gone longer all the way down. It's kind of going purple, but not so much purple that, not like this. That would be crazy. I don't know why I keep bringing it up all the time. I think it's just a fear I have of actually getting stretch marks. I think I'm scared to get them. I think that's what's bugging me about it. I know that they're called like tiger stripes and your wounds of war or something like that, but to me, I don't like them. It's just my personal opinion. It's just not for me. I don't like them. They freak me out. And I don't like the fact that it's my skin stretched to the point where it's nearly ripping. I heard a horror story this week from one of the parents that her stomach stretched that much on her first child that it bled, and the doctors had to think about bringing her in early and having the baby, and that freaks me out. Oh, just the thought of my stretch mark like going to the point where it's like ripping open is just, oh, not for me. So this week on my emails that I get about updating me on what's happening with the baby, I've learned that the baby is 6 pounds this week. So she's put on ½ pound to £1 in 1 week. That to me is quite scary, because I'm dreading looking at the scales this week, see what they are. Yeah, I don't think I'm as heavy as I was in my last pregnancy just yet, but you never know, this week could have topped it. I could be over the scales, and if I am, it'll be the heaviest I've ever been, which is quite worrying because I don't like the thought of that. I've had really bad backache this week, sort of in my legs as well. I've had it in my shoulders for a couple of weeks, but in my lower back it aches even when I lie down and when I'm trying to roll over and things like that. My tailbone has been a bit better. I wouldn't say fantastic. I wouldn't say it's gone away, but it is a bit better than last week. But yeah, as for the backache, it also kicks off my restless leg syndrome. That's been really bad. I'm pretty sure that's like every night now that it's woke me up, or it's just jumping like crazy and I just have to go walk around. Last night it was really bad. I had to even Google some more strategies to get rid of it or just to calm it down. So I tried drinking like loads and loads of water before bed. I did loads of stretches with my legs, bending and flexing my toes, squeezing my toes as hard as I could, anything just to get rid of the achiness of it. It's not really like pins and needles anymore, it's just a ache, or it just makes my leg just jump like as if it's got a mind of its own. It's really horrible. So I'm hoping that maybe if I can talk to the midwife or even the health visitor, they might know what's going on and just say, what can I do? Is there anything I can take? I've also been feeling really tired this week. I'm to the point now where I'm almost having a nap in the day, but that could be down to the fact that I was poorly as well, because I was sleeping through most of the day for that. I'm hoping that my iron levels haven't dropped, because in my last pregnancy they dropped quite a bit and I had to take some iron tablet supplements, which helped me get through. But even then I was still having a nap in the last like trimester to get me through. So hopefully I either have to have a bit more iron, or I just need to get rid of this bug and I'm gonna be alright. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I've got lots more coming this way. Also, if you could give me any ideas of what you'd like to see or hear or talk about, that'd be fantastic as well, because I could also add that to a couple of my videos, or even do a video just of itself if it needs to. So yeah, see you all soon. Bye!